What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Level Start Podcast, part of the Play Legit Network, your only source for gaming and real talk. I'm your host, T42. Check it out, guys. We've got the green screen back up and running, and this week I thought you guys might like to enjoy a little bit of some of the gameplay I did with Jessica from Fit for Gaming. We did some World of Warcraft a couple weeks ago, and I live streamed it, but I thought that this time around you guys would like to have some of that footage to check out for some of those who might have missed it. You can see me and Jess there playing in the corner over here. It's weird because it's playing on this monitor over here. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, this was some early stages of us very early on in our leveling process. And so yeah, but let's just get on into some of the things that need to be talked about. Some of those things include the very most recent purchase of Minecraft by Microsoft, and holy moly, mainly Mojang, if you want to look at it like that, purchased by Microsoft, and that's a big acquisition for the $2 billion that it was that Microsoft had to hash out for that. I think that's pretty nuts. I think that's pretty crazy, but I also think good for you, Microsoft, and awesome for the guys that created it. Marcus, also known as Notch, him and those other guys wanting to move on to pursue other things. I think that's pretty awesome. They really wanted to kind of get into more development, more projects and other things, and kind of heading up this big company like, what Minecraft was all about was kind of hindering their process. So I know you guys are probably sitting there watching this Minecraft stuff that I've got going on now. This is from my own server that I have for the Sons of Thunder group. So just showing you some of the builds some of the guys have been working on, including my massive castle in the center there. I'm learning the John Smith Legacy skin, I guess is that what you want to call it, skin. So there, enjoy that. Well, the other really big thing I really kind of want to talk to you guys about is Destiny. Destiny. Now, I'm seeing a lot of reviewers out there giving Destiny like 6 out of 10s. There's some that are giving them higher, some that are giving them lower, but the average review that I am seeing for Destiny is not the greatest. And I'm wondering, and I'm posing this question out there to the community, was Destiny overhyped? I personally think Destiny was overhyped. I think there was so much hype put into this game that it's just silly and ridiculous. They put so much money into the development of this game, and yet at the end of the day, I really only think it's just an average, mediocre, enjoyable game to play. Now, me personally, that's my opinion because I also have not played it yet, but from those that I know who have played it, including KJ and some of the other guys from Play Legit, as well as some of my other friends around here who have played it, they enjoy it, but they also say it's a very mediocre experience. Now, I can understand this because we have recently seen an influx of games that were overhyped and yet whelming. That were very underwhelming when playing them. Another big one in this bunch would be Titanfall. In my opinion, and in my honest opinion, Titanfall looked so promising. It looked like it was going to be the next shooter. It was going to be the Call of Duty killer. That was thrown out there a few times by other people, not necessarily me. But Titanfall looked like it was going to be spectacular, and I was excited for Titanfall. I got on the Titanfall hype, but then it came out that it was only multiplayer. Straight up, that's all that game is. And the way things sound, like you're going to actually play through a story. I mean, there is, but there isn't. It's kind of silly. There's this article on Kotaku that I wanted to kind of put out there, and it was calling the death of Deathmatch, how console multiplayer is changing. Now, you could also look at this in a PC perspective as well, but definitely in a console perspective, they talk about long before Xbox Live, before the days of Unreal Tournament, before the days of Quake, arcades were filled with friends jostling to get further, higher scores, and win bigger, like against other people. And not necessarily against their friends, but against strangers who had their names in the list in the arcades. And people were trying to be the best, and it was a competition, and it was always with people. And then there was a period of time where games kind of went a little bit more, you're kind of playing by yourself, and now they're branching out into a lot of multiplayer. Like the internet has come, and here's the internet, and it's made playing games with people around the world, including your friends, so much easier to get your hands on and to be a part of. The problem with this is, in my opinion, is they're focusing too much on multiplayer and not enough on what people are really wanting. Destiny, I've been seeing this whole thing with Destiny about how people want more than just 3-player squads. They want more than just, they want more interaction. And it's an MMO, and I say MMO with air quotes because it is, but it isn't. But it is, I don't know if Destiny really knows what it wants to be. I look at games like Borderlands, or Diablo 3, for example, is another good recent game in the past several years that has come out that has done this well. It has a great single-player mechanic to it, but it has drop-in, drop-out play with your friends. As we're in something like Destiny and an MMO, the world's constantly moving, things are constantly happening, and if you're not on, you miss those things. EVE Online's a big example of that. EVE Online's such a big, huge community. Things are always happening, so player-driven. But that's they leave the story and the lore almost in the hands of the players, right? I think that Destiny was definitely overhyped. Now, that's not to say that's not fun. I mean, I don't want to pay $60 if I'm just going to be playing online with my friends in multiplayer. I've already got all these other games I can just play multiplayer with. I don't need this new thing to do. I really don't think that there is a death in the whole, matchmaking, deathmatch thing that they're talking about here. I'm really looking forward to The Division, but again, the one thing that you want to talk about recent games, the one thing I also didn't like about Watch Dogs was I could be in the middle of my own business and a guy could just kind of come in whenever he wanted to. Now, conceptually, that's cool, but there are times where I just don't want that, and yet you can turn that feature off, but it kind of penalizes you. It is, let me choose when I want to do these things. Let me choose when I want to be a part of this experience, because the more players feel like they have control, the better. And that's what was the shortcoming with Star Wars The Old Republic, in my opinion. That should have been a game that was just like Borderlands, where it had a great single-player campaign experience, going through the story, feeling the immersion of what that story was all about. Then it could have drop-in, drop-out features. And then you could add in a whole, arena thing for the PvP aspect for later. That could be a whole separate thing, but you made this world so big and so dense, and there's not even enough people to populate it. I was, on Nar Shaddaa when I was playing, just checking it out recently just to see where the game was at, and there was nobody around. When you make such a big, world that's supposed to be immersive and dense, and there's no other players really populating it, it kind of loses its appeal. As where if you focus more on the player experience solely for the individual and add in these other bonuses, these other benefits on top of that. The fact that I could, play Diablo 3 with my friends or not. I could go through the whole story by myself, or I could make a new character and me and my friend could go through. That was such the appeal of Diablo 2. Was I could just do that at LAN parties. You could just start up a LAN party and play Diablo 2 for a whole day with your friends. But then you could go back and play it by yourself if you wanted to. You didn't have to keep, it going in this always moving world, so to speak. And the appeal of that's nice, but you gotta go to EVE Online levels to do that. You gotta do what CCP's doing, but you're not. You've segregated. Yeah, I'm going on a rant today, guys. You've segregated your games for all the different consoles, so that not the different consoles can really play with each other. So it's PS4, PS3, Xbox X. It's all segregated. And if you were to somehow combine all that and get your player base really ramped up, that would be pretty awesome. I would almost be down for a little bit of that. So yeah, guys, you big developers out there, kind of please just take a hint. They can be fun, but just Don't stop pouring so much money into it. Give us more content, something more, you know, substance and less hype. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Because I really don't want the Division to suck. You understand that? Let us know what you think about all these new games. Are we just in a period of overhyped, underperformed games compared to their hype level? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you think I'm completely, like, you know, blowing wind here on all of this, then whatever, let me know. We like your opinions too, guys. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay legit, take it easy, keep on gaming. You know, while I have your all's attention for a second, I just want to let you all know that I think it's freaking crazy that they're bringing Surge back. Like, what the hell? Was that even really a drink that needed to come back? And does anybody know? Like, I mean, way to go social media for internet for winning Surge back. I mean, did we really need this? I mean, did we need Surge back? Whatever. Let us know what y'all think about Surge. Surge is coming back. Yeah. Drink I really didn't need, but okay. Yep. Energy Surge!